Hello everyone, welcome to this new video. So in this video I'm going to talk about why should we read the Bible every day. We all know that the Bible has a lot of information and a lot of knowledge about the famous people, about saints and about God and about so much things. But apart from it, does it really have anything different for us to read it every day and take a glimpse of it? So in this video, we are going to see about certain benefits of reading this book. So the first benefit is the Bible acts as a cleansing agent. When we read the Bible every day with full concentration and focus, the words of this book will go deeper inside of us and stay in our hearts. So it's just like when we intake a certain medicine for any sickness or for any pain, the medicine will go deeper inside of us and it will work, and the power of the medicine will heal that sickness and or would heal that disease. So likewise, the words of the Bible which goes deeper inside our hearts, it will work as a cleansing agent. It will cleanse our mind and our hearts. And the process happens slowly by slowly every day as we read this book every day. So it's just like how Adam and Eve, who lived in the Garden of Eden, when they were sent out of the garden, they didn't turn evil from the very next day, but slowly by slowly, as they stayed without eating that fruit, evil characters start to develop inside of them, and as day went by, as humans evolved, they turned to be more evil than before. So just that way, as we read the words of this book every day, slowly by slowly, it will work inside of us, it will destroy evil characters inside of us and develop goodness inside of us. So if we consistently read this book, the power of this book just go deeper inside to make us good human beings and to develop good characters inside of us. So the Bible is not given to us just for information or knowledge, but it acts as a soap or detergent to clean us from inside and make us so pure and innocent. So the Bible works in a reverse process. So when Adam and Eve was in the Garden of Eden, they were so clean, they were so pure, they were so innocent. So when they went out of the Garden of Eden, as human life progressed, the humans started to turn more evil, sinful, cunning and greedy. So now when we read the Bible, we are here, and when we start to read the Bible and we put the words of this book inside us, slowly by slowly we turn into good, into pure, into innocent, and we become the people like how Adam and Eve were when they were in the Garden of Eden. So from today till the day when the Lord comes, you will be transformed slowly by the words of this book, when these words of this book goes deeper inside of us. So the question arises, can we read the Bible when we get angry on others or when we do something wrong which we are guilty of? What we think is we should not read the Bible at such times, because the Bible will turn unholy as we are unholy. But the true thing is that when we do something wrong, when we get angry on others, and when we do something which we are guilty of, and when we read this book will clean all the things, all the dirt inside of us and make us more clean and more perfect. The common misconception among us is that we think that we should change our wrong characters on our own strength, so we go ahead and we try to change it, we try to behave in a good way, but it doesn't work that way. Because this book is the medicine which will help us to change from inside. So as we dig on this book every day, reading through these verses, those verses go inside and change us and change our natural settings, so that everything that is written in this book will become real to us, and practicing everything written in the book will become easy for us. So that's why our parents and elders have stretched so much to make us read this book every day. So one day, even without realizing, without our knowledge, we convert into the good, perfect people as Adam and Eve when they were in the Garden of Eden. So let me tell you two stories to make this point promising to you. So the first story goes like this. A small boy was living with his grandmother. So to inculcate the values of reading the Bible every day, the grandmother gave a little Bible to her grandson, and she told him that read this book every day. So the little boy was very obedient and he started to read that book every day. But there was a problem, and he went to the grandmother and he said, see grandma, I'm reading this book every day, but I'm not able to understand even a slightest word from it. So what should I do? So the grandmother thought of an idea and she gave a small basket to the little boy and she said, there is a nearby river from our house. Go to that river and collect some water in this basket and bring it back to the house. So the little boy, it seemed very interesting to him. So he just ran by and he took some water from the river and he just came back running. But he came back very carefully so that he can carry that water to his house. But he tried to do that many times, but he couldn't carry the water to his house. So as he was checking what happened, he felt that the basket was filled with holes. There are so many holes in the basket, so that's why he couldn't bring that water to the house. So he said to the grandma, see, I've obeyed you completely, but because of the holes in the basket, I'm not able to bring water to the house. So the grandma said, yes, you are so correct in saying that he couldn't carry water to the house, but have you noticed something? There is something different that has happened. So the little boy said, what happened? So she said, when I gave you this little basket, this was so dirty. But when you collected water again and again from the river in this basket, even though you couldn't bring a lot of water, but this basket has got cleansed now, it is shining. The little boy got so excited, oh, something has happened. So the grandma said, when you read the Bible, even though you do not understand a lot of things, but the words of the Bible definitely does its work of cleansing your heart, purifying you and making you so clean and good. Now the second story goes like this. Once there was a man of God. So once an angel visited him and he said, today God wants to see you, meet you face to face. So a man of God really got very excited, but he thought, how can I meet God? I'm so bad, I'm so unclean. How can I meet the God who is so holy? So he asked the angels, what must I do to prepare myself to meet God? So the angel said, go and read the Bible the whole day. As evening will come, as you will read the Bible, as the words will go deeper inside of you, it will make you so pure and clean from inside that you will be so ready to meet with God. So that man did exactly like that. So even the heavenly beings, angels, know that there is so much power in this book which cleanses our hearts and our minds. Benefit that it acts as a cleansing agent and cleanses all the evil and dirt that is inside our hearts and our minds. Now the second benefit is it acts as a power booster. So when there will be times when we are upset, when there will be times when we will be in difficult situations, we will be in situation when we will be in trouble and many things will be happening around us. So at those times, what God will do is He will take those words which is hidden in our hearts and use those words as an encouragement, as a motivating thing for us. So even David says in Psalms that I have hidden the words of the Lord always inside my heart. So as we hide His words inside our heart, at times of trouble, those words will come out as a power booster for us, as an encouragement, as a motivator for us, as a guidance for us. So that is the second benefit that this book provides us. The third benefit is that it helps us to take some important decisions in our life. So, well, there will be times when we must take some important decisions in our life, like which subject to choose in our schools or colleges, and what job we must do, and whom we should get married. So, as those strategic and important decisions, important plans at our life, this book will help us. So, saying this, now I'm reminded of a very good story. So there was a man in the foreign nation. So he wanted to do a business, but he couldn't get a proper idea of what business he should do. So he went around, he researched a lot, he observed a lot of people doing it, but he still couldn't get a proper idea. So he thought to pray to the Lord and to open this book and read. So when he was reading this book, he went across the verse in the book of Matthew which says, "You are the salt of the world." So when he read that verse, the word salt just stuck with him, and that word began to speak to him and became very powerful in his heart. So he thought, why should I not go for a salt business? So according to that, with that idea, he went forward and he went around, researched more and started a salt business, and he became very successful in that business. So at times of when we must take an important decision in our life, the words of this book will become powerful inside of us, and it will teach us and guide us in the right direction and will help us to know what we must exactly do in our lives. So that is the third benefit which we get when we read this book every day, as we need a new guidance for us in our day-to-day lives. Every day we need a new guidance to live our lives. So this book will guide us every day. So the fourth benefit is that the Bible, the book, consists of full of God's promises. So if we look at this word promises, was the peculiarity of the ancient kings to fulfill the promises they make. It was very important for them to do exactly as they have said from their mouth. The words of their mouth were so important to them that it was their dignity or pride or honor to fulfill it. The ancient kings had a nature of fulfilling all the promises they make. So the queens used to take advantage of this a problem of the kings, or might be the shortcoming of the kings. So whenever the kings would be happy with the queens, the king would say to the queen that ask anything you want, until half to my kingdom I will give you. The queens used to be very smart, and they would say, make my son the next successor, make my son the next king after you. So that's how the kings would be in trouble many times because of the promises. But the kings were so firm that they must fulfill all the promises they make, and they made sure that they fulfill all the promises they ever spoke from their mouth. So that's how even God is so firm in fulfilling His promises. So at times when we are sick, or at times when we are in trouble, or when we are in need, if we use the words of this book, and if we ask the Lord that you have promised this, do it according to this, He would really want to fulfill that promise, because He made it out of His own mouth, because He is also a king. So go ahead, look for promises in this book, and whenever you are in times of a need, take out a promise verse and ask God to fulfill it in our lives, and it will definitely happen, and He will definitely do it according to it. The fifth benefit is that the devil will not be able to touch us when our heart is filled with the words of this book. He will be so scared to attack or even to come near us when our heart is so filled with the words of this book. So let me tell you a story. Once there was a man of God named Sadhu Sundar Singh. So he was traveling through a train, and the people who disliked him also traveled along with him. So they always found him as a trouble, because they didn't like what he spoke, he didn't like what he preached about. So they wanted to trouble him and attack him. So what they did, they started to do some magic or sorcery at the other side, and they tried to attack Sadhu, and they put that magic upon him. They found out that it's not working on him. So later on, they got to know that he had the Bible in his hand. That's why it's not working out. So the leader of that group just said to others, just take that book from him. Tell him that we want to read that book. The book looks very exciting. So they said that, and they took that book out of his hand. So now when they were so happy that they could perform that magic or sorcery against him. So they started to do that sorcery again, and again they started to put it upon him. But again they felt that it didn't work at all. But they were so confused now. Why is it not working? We have taken the Bible out of him. What has happened now? So when they researched a bit, they got to learn that his heart is fully filled with the words of that book. They could take that book out of him, but they could not take the words that was in his heart out of him. So that's how the words of this book is so powerful that even devil stays away when the words are filled in our hearts. So those are the 5 benefits that this book holds, which we can receive if we dig into this book every day. When we spend some time every day into this book, taking some words of this book and putting it inside of us, it gives us so much benefits. Make this a habit. Put your nose into the lives of the people of this book and take a lot of it inside you, and let it work, and let it give you all the 5 benefits that are spoken about. So the 5 benefits are: it works as a cleansing agent. The second is its work as a power booster for us. Third is it helps us to take some important decisions at important moments of our life. The fourth is it will help us giving us promises at times that we need. Fifth is it will help us and will protect us from the devil's attacks. So go ahead and take all these benefits. So when we use these words, and when we let these words get inside of us every day, we will be transformed, we will become more powerful, and slowly by slowly, till the Lord's coming, we will become the exact people how Adam and Eve were, so pure, so innocent, so good. On that day, we will be just like them, how they were in the Garden of Eden. So go ahead and read this book every day. Dig deeper into this book every day. Let the things of this book get inside of you, and you turn into a powerful weapon and a person who is filled with so much of goodness. So that's it from this video, and in another video I'm going to share about the techniques and tips that I follow to read the Bible, to get maximum content and to get maximum things get inside of me, and to make Bible reading interesting and feeling involved in it every day. So when you take special interest in God's book, God will take special interest in you and open the treasures of this book, that you can get lot of things, you can understand lot of things, and it will work as a weapon and as a power booster for you. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with others, and also subscribe to this channel. Click on the bell icon so that you can get notified the next time I upload a new video. So till then, thanks for watching.